Let this live Naruto episode, wait, I say live Naruto episode, Naruto Next Generation episode 62 live review. We're going to talk about it. We're going to ask questions. Today in Boruto episode, a lot was going on essentially regarding Urashiki. Honestly, I feel as though a lot of the things that were happening could have been, you know, just extra. Because like Urashiki getting the Rinnegan, obviously that's no surprise to the Otsutsuki. For me, it's like you see all like these members of the Otsutsuki clan, right? You see all of them pop up. Everybody pops up time and time again. We got Urashiki pop up. We got Momoshiki pop up. We got Kenshiki pop up. We see Toneri Otsutsuki. You know, we see Hagoromo Otsutsuki, and we see Hamura Otsutsuki. One thing that they all have in common, they all have dojutsus off the rip. You know, they all start with the Byakugan. Toneri is probably the only one who didn't have the Byakugan, and that was due to the fact that he was blind. And most of his clan that was left on the moon after the Celestial Decree sacrificed their eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we have these characters and we have all these people who are known for having dojutsu, or like the most extreme KK Genkais known to man. You know what I'm saying? We seen Madara, you know, activate, you know, the Rinnegan, and then get Kaguya to come back. She popped up off the back with the Sharingan. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we already seen these abilities, and we know that these abilities are detrimental to the Otsutsuki. You know, we know that these are something that they function with in their natural habitats and shit like that. So to see Urashiki have the Rinnegan was not a surprise. Like, it was surprising in terms of the way it was delivered to me, because like the fans, you know, everybody was hitting me up like, yo, Urashiki's gonna have the Rinnegan in the next episode of Boruto, but like, I didn't have no concrete evidence, I didn't have no hardcore spoilers. And then when it came to pass, you know, I understood and I was like, all right. But even then, I wasn't extremely surprised. Now, if he probably would have had a new dojutsu, I'd probably been a little bit more surprised. At this point in time, I'm gonna honestly say I feel like they're running the Rinnegan into the ground, because like, if you guys think about it, everything we've seen has the Rinnegan now. Like, literally, we seen the Rinnegan with Madara, with Pain, and, you know, aka Nagato. Then we seen Obito do something with the Rinnegan. You know, then the whole Fourth Great Ninja War. You know, obviously we seen the Rinnegan time and time again. It wasn't something that we should be shocked about. Like, you knew the Rinnegan is there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're actually milking the Rinnegan really badly now. It could have been a little bit more interesting if they would have like showed the Tensegan. That would have probably been a little bit shocking to a lot of the viewership, because we would have been like, oh shit, we got to see the Tensegan again, saying as we never actually got to see the Tensegan in the actual show. We got to see the Tensegan in terms of like, you know, the fucking movie. You know, obviously the movie is canon, but like still, we didn't get it in terms of the direct anime. You know, we didn't get it in terms of like regular shows, like regular episodes. You know, we didn't get anything about the Tensegan. So if Urashiki would have popped up with the Tensegan, I honestly probably would have been a little bit more excited than the Rinnegan, because we don't really know the true extent of the Tensegan. We know it has similarities, and we know it's like the sister dojutsu to the Rinnegan. You know, we obviously know that it has the ability to create truth seeker orbs. You know, we have the ability to create high level chakra and shit like that. We see that pop up time and time again. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand that, like, we get it. But like, to see the Rinnegan pop up, it was just like, yo, okay, Rinnegan, Sasuke got it, Madara had it. It just keeps popping back up. Like, the Rinnegan ain't going no fucking where. Like, we get it. We get it, we get it, we get it. And it's really like very discouraging, because I feel as though like they're gonna run the Rinnegan into the ground so bad that it won't even become one of those features that were completely unique. Because now it's like, oh, you get a Rinnegan, you get a Rinnegan, you. It's like the Byakugan for the Otsutsuki, you know. And you know, one thing's for certain, in the future of Boruto, we're going to start to see more dojutsus, because obviously, why would they create a whole new generation without introducing something new? We know something about Delta in terms of her abilities. We know that she potentially has a new KK Genkai. We don't know to what extent, but like right now, you know, the Rinnegan is something that we've seen. Well, it's an Otsutsuki thing, is the Rinnegan. Well, the Otsutsuki thing is not just the Rinnegan, and that's the misconception that a lot of people say. Like, the Otsutsuki's main thing is the Rinnegan. No, the Otsutsuki has a lot of things. They have the Tensegan, the Byakugan, the Sharingan, and the Rinnegan. They created the dojutsus that are existing in the Naruto world, that exist in the current world, came from them. So a lot of the KK Genkais and the mutations that came, all directed and all came from strands of like the Sharingan Sharingan, the Akugan, the Tentegan, and the Rinnegan. So it's like, you know, I expect to see something else. And the fact that we had Boruto, who was somebody that was brought into the next generation, the predecessor to Naruto, who was basically created to like fulfill the duties and the needs of Naruto Uzumaki himself. You know, we see him come into the show and we see him get the Jougan. So if they took the time out of their days to create this new dojutsu to keep us engulfed and, you know, add some little bit more flair, like why not give, you know, Urashiki a different twist instead of actually going in with just the Rinnegan? Why not give him the Tentegan? Because just like the Tentegan or the Rinnegan, you know, it is a dojutsu that we see the Otsutsukis have, and like nobody can acquire the Tentegan except for a Otsutsuki member. The only person that can acquire the power of the Tentegan is an Otsutsuki. So the fact like that we haven't seen it from them, it really sucks, you know. So it really is really odd to say. And in terms of this episode, I'm not really too amazed for Naruto, Boruto, Sasuke, Kinshiki, and Momoshiki, because it's like I played every Naruto game come out. So I played Storm, I played Road to Boruto, you know, I watched the movie like 4 or 5 times already. I read the manga, and, you know, now that it's happening in the anime, it's just like, oh yeah, get this shit over with. I want to know what's going to happen in terms of the manga, because like there's things that are in the manga, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's more in depth, it's more like a hit, it's more captivating, versus like this was a little captivating, but like I already knew about it, I already knew everything about it. Like it was one of those things where it was like, all right, what is this, you know, like, okay, I'm watching this, but it didn't really appeal to me, it didn't hold me. Like, you know, obviously like a lot of people like the fact that, you know, Boruto is finally starting to get put in that position where, you know, he's starting to realize Naruto is a powerful person. But it's like, we knew that already. That's something Boruto was gonna learn either way. And then like the fight between Momoshiki, we know the result, we see what happens in the manga. Obviously the manga is completely different from the anime, and the anime is completely different from the manga, but there's one thing that's unique to the manga, is probably the form that Momoshiki gets, which I'm not gonna go into too much detail. And honestly, I don't even know for a fact like if they will incorporate this form, or if they will incorporate a new method of achieving this form, because we have Urashiki, somebody that's working with Momoshiki, and he regards to Momoshiki as his superior, and he regards to them like as like the higher ups. So like, where does this extra form come from in Momoshiki's arsenal? Is this something that's a direct play on like, you know, fucking like him being absorbed? Is like that new form something to regard with that? Did they write that in terms of the manga because that's what they actually wanted to do in the movie, and now that they're doing it in anime, will Urashiki get absorbed by Momoshiki in order for him to acquire that power of activating like this new form that pops up in the manga? We don't know. So I think that's probably where Urashiki's fate will reside. A lot of people say that, you know, obviously Kawaki has a karma seal. We don't know the depth of Kawaki's karma seal or how he acquired it, so there's a lot of speculation that Urashiki will be killed by somebody of the card. But it could go two ways. It could honestly be Urashiki got absorbed by Momoshiki for the fact of his power, then he absorbed Kinshiki, which pushed him to that new form that pops up in the manga. Because if you guys look at the movie, the form that we see Momoshiki take upon isn't really shown in the manga. It's like it's not that. It's two different forms. It's two different like things. You know, you see Momoshiki on some floating angelic banshee looking shit, versus, you know, in the movie he turned into like this dog man beast thing. Like he had big ass feet, you know what I'm saying? He had big ass hand. His skin turned like red. Like he looked like a werewolf or some shit, like some type of golem beast or some shit. Versus in the manga, he looks more like a god. Like, you know, he has a god aura. He looks more like a celestial being. You know, he's like angelically floating with like these golden Rinnegans, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. Also, what I wanted to talk about, Mitsuki, and I want to talk about Mitsuki's positioning with everything that's been going on. Right now, they keep putting Mitsuki in this place to use Sage Mode. They back him into these corners and make him want to use Sage Mode. Like, you see this time and time again. You see Mitsuki get pushed into an era or a time where he's supposed to use his Sage Mode. You see he get pushed into a corner when he was fighting against Shinki. All these keys, like literally, there's so many keys that Shikadai, like that the die everybody has an I at the end of the name. Shinki, like fucking Urashiki, Momoshiki, Kinshiki. That's just fucking me up. But we see him get pushed into a corner when he's fighting against Shinki, and we know that, you know, he wanted to use that sage mode, but he knew if he used it, he wouldn't be able to stay there with Boruto. Excuse my dog. But like even before that, we see him, you know, push to use it against another Cloud Ninja, and then prior to that, you know, we see him pushed into a corner almost with Shino Sensei, where we kind of got a glimpse of him almost using his Sage Mode, and we also got the Full Moon episode, like where he actually used his, you know, Sage Mode. And it's like they keep teasing us with it. We don't know the extent of his powers. We don't know the true disposition of his powers. We don't know how far it'll be able to take him. We don't know what abilities he truly possesses. We do know he has extreme regeneration abilities when he goes in Sage Mode. We are aware that Urashiki actually was putting up a caution sign around Mitsuki, because when Mitsuki activated his Sage Mode, Urashiki specifically said that could be a problem, so I'm gonna take that from you. So it seems like Urashiki has the power to expel chakra from your body. I don't know to what degree will you know, Mitsuki be able to use his Sage Mode again, but obviously it's a nature type of jutsu, so he would have to use like nature transformations in order to acquire it. So I don't think that's something that Urashiki could completely take away from him, because if Mitsuki sat there and was to like train, you know, he was sitting there trying to build up, he can always get the nature chakra back. It's not something that he can't get back, versus like, you know, you take a tail beast, you can't recreate a tail beast energy, you know what I'm saying? You can't recreate the tail beast within yourself, versus you can recreate nature energy, because nature energy is always there. Nature energy is infinite, and that's what causes a lot of people to transform into toads and snakes and stuff like that, because that energy is so infinite and there's so much of it that people can't control it, you know, and it just overflows, and then it overcomes and takes them over, you know what I'm saying? So like, I do understand that. One thing I did forget, and I did mess up in the video, however, I forgot that, you know, Sage Mode is a weakness of the Otsutsukis, and Hagoromo was the first Otsutsuki member to learn Sage Mode, and like not all the other ones know about it, and that's the reason why Urashiki was so shocked, and that confused me when I seen Urashiki shocked, because it was like, why would the person that, you know, created Chakra be shocked about Sage Mode? But Sage Mode is essentially taking nature chakra and enhancing it with your own chakra, and then like combining it, and it's like a well that overflows inside of you, you know what I'm saying? So it's really weird. Urashiki took his Sage Mode just to stop him, I believe. I think it was more so because if Mitsuki would have intervened, the fact that Mitsuki has mastered his Sage Mode, the fact that he can willingly tap into it and go into this full complete transformation Sage Mode means that he has the power of it. In the beginning, when we first seen it, we seen him activate it subconsciously out of anger, out of confusion, out of like rage. He was frustrated, he didn't know what was going on. You know, obviously when Logan Orochimaru was testing him, he activated that shit, and you know, he didn't really, you know, have something that could stand out for himself, you know what I mean, in terms of him being able to control it. Now later on, as time progresses, you know, we start to see him develop like a control over it. You know, we start to see him use his lightning style, we start to see him use his water style. Like, he's letting us know like he's developed, and you know, he's getting there. Like, we see my boy fucking Mitsuki do a lot of shit. Like, this Sage Mode allows Mitsuki to use a lot of powers. Like, you know, Mitsuki probably gonna be one of the strongest people. And excuse me, I say it water style, I meant wind style. I actually confused him with Boruto. But like, to see him use that shit is really dope. So I don't think that it'll be taken like permanently, because I feel like if in order for it to be taken away from Mitsuki permanently, he would have to do something to his chakra stream. And I feel it's like, on top of that, like Mitsuki, like I said, it's nature chakra. The nature is infinite, you know what I'm saying? You can always sit there and charge up nature chakra. You can always bring it back, you know what I'm saying? You can always try to replenish those reserves. That way it help you, you know what I'm saying? Versus any other people, you know, they won't be able to fucking do anything about that. They won't even be able to activate that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Versus Mitsuki is somebody who has harnessed that power, you know? So like, let me know how you feel about that. I don't really know how I feel about that. But seeing Boruto finally snap out of it and start to show some proper respect to Naruto, and actually get a glimpse of Boruto's true power, and get a glimpse of our idea of how capable he actually is, and to see what playing field he's actually on is really dope, because in the beginning we don't really see my boy Boruto respecting Naruto in terms of his powers, in terms of his ability. You know, we don't know anything about that. You know, we don't see him acting as respectable as, you know, Shinki in terms of Gaara. We don't see him, you know, praising Naruto's ability like everybody else in the village. Everybody else was literally worried, sick about Naruto in terms of like that fighting and shit like that. It was really crazy. And now that, like, you know, obviously all the like the villages with him and all the villages on his side, I feel as though Boruto is about to really get a weird awakening, and he's about to be let known like, hey, your dad is really what he says he is. He is really what his name is. It isn't one of those things where, you know, I can just brush it to the side and, you know, my dad's just a regular ass nigga. He a basic ass nigga. This case is Naruto is exactly what Naruto is proclaimed to be. Like, Naruto is no more or no less than what he is proclaimed to be. Everybody refers to Naruto as the hero because he saved everybody, and talks about how great and how strong he is because he is great and he is strong. It's not because Naruto just has this reputation. Naruto has earned this reputation, and he's able to use that power, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you've been disrespecting him this whole time. It's like, what the fuck? You gotta not do that. Like, you honestly gotta pay homage to your pops. You gotta give some credibility where credibility is due, because if you can give credit to Sasuke, and a lot of people don't even talk about Sasuke, like, people mention Sasuke in terms of like spookiness. Like, people are scared of Sasuke. When you hear the name Sasuke Uchiha, that brings a name of fear. That brings like some scary nervousness, versus, you know, when you hear Naruto names, people get excited, people get happy, people get hyped. Dog, this nigga pissing me off. Stop fucking with the dog. Alright, my bad. But yeah, so it was like one of those things where Sasuke doesn't have like the reputation that Naruto has, or like the respect in terms of the village, you know. So it's really interesting. It's a odd thing for the series, you know. Bro, I know I told them, I said stop messing with them. They keep fucking with my dog. They're like in the yard. But like, you know, let me know how you feel about like Boruto in terms of that. If you guys have anything you guys want to ask, you know, now's the time. Any questions? I'm open to the floor. Dog, it really annoying me with this right now. But sadly we won't get an episode next week. Episode of Boruto is gonna get postponed. They're not gonna be doing anything with that. We're probably gonna get some build up, because they're probably gonna want to animate the show a little bit differently. Or I feel as though they're going to incorporate something. Maybe incorporate something to do with Boruto's Jougan. Because that would be unique. That would be nice, you know. But even still, you know, we don't know to what degree. But in the next episode after that, which is 63 and 64, we already have spoilers. So I already know what's going to happen. I don't really want to talk to you guys about it right now. I might make a video about it later, but like, we already know what's about to happen in Boruto episode 63 and 64. It kind of sucks because, you know, I want to talk about it, but like, you guys are fresh off of 62. I don't really want to say anything. Obviously, I'll probably make videos throughout the week and let you guys know how I feel about that. But everything in terms of Boruto has been good so far. Leading up into this point, you know, everything has gotten a lot better. We've seen Boruto excel. We've seen him cheat. We've seen him, you know, go from great to useless to completely pitiful. You know, obviously Naruto hit that nigga with that talk no jutsu and made that nigga feel completely sad. He was completely hurt. You said, no, we don't get a new episode for 2 weeks? Wait, what? No, that's wait, the episode, they don't resume until the 28th. That's a week and a week. I mean, that's really like a week, you know, because then you resume as normal time. So, you know, I mean, it's not really 2 weeks, because it'll just be back at its normal time. It's just, you know, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do when that shit happens. Do you feel like Naruto can change Kawaki so that it joins the cause, so we know Kawaki is similar to Naruto, or may be that maybe with the Hope Jougan ability to bring light. I don't understand the last part, but like, I don't believe Naruto will be the one to change Kawaki. The only person that could change Kawaki in terms of their fate, maybe Boruto. If you guys look at like the chapter previews and shit like that for the manga, they talk about how, you know, the fate of the two boys will start to begin. The wheel of fate will start to turn for them. Faith is a very strong word. Quote of Eternal Hokage. Faith is a strong word, and when they use faith in Naruto, they usually referring to something like that. But yeah, you trying to smoke on a Boruto pack, and that's that bullshit. Nah, I'm just playing. Did Chojuro forget to bring his sword? I think what it was, since they're in a time of peace and they're in an era of peace, I feel as though Chojuro didn't bring his 7 ninja swordsman sword, was because he didn't want to raise, like, you know, suspicions that he was still acting as the Bloody Mist regardless of his nature as Mizukage, you know, because like, why would you go to a peaceful summit or meetup of like ninja with a weapon? You know what I'm saying? That's letting us know they're ready to fight. I do apologize for the dog barking. Dogs, I can't do anything about that. You know, they're gonna use the manga transformation for Momoshiki, of course. It's expected, and I think that's why Urashiki is so important to the story. I think Urashiki is probably going to be the first person to be sacrificed in order to create that form. But like I said, a lot of people believe that Kawaki is the one that's going to defeat Urashiki, and we're going to see Kawaki get his seal that way. But I don't think that's how it's going to play out, because the way Kawaki was introduced so far into the series, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, we seen members of the Kara have 2 seals. We seen Jougan have a seal, and we seen Kawaki have a seal. So that would automatically indicates that it was more than just Urashiki who got killed. There'll be more Otsutsuki members. So like, who would be the other Otsutsuki members that, you know, Jougan killed? You know what I'm saying? So if only one person killed Urashiki, I feel like there's multiples, and I think that's why. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed from Mitsuki Sage Mode in this episode. I'm actually disappointed too, because at this point in time, we're starting to completely see that they're just teasing us. Like right now, they're literally just, I got $1. Like, bro, I got this fruit snacks. You want these fruit snacks? You want these fruit snacks? Here, you can have these fruit snacks. Here, take them. As long as you grab them, you can have these fruit snacks. If you can grab these, you can have these. You know, these are some good fruit snacks. I ain't never opened them. As long as you can grab these, you can have them. That's literally what they're doing with us with Sage Mode. It's like, if you see it, you can have it. Oh, you want it? Here it is. Oh, no, you're not. You thought you're gonna get it. Oh, no, you're not. Like, you ever seen that fucking commercial where they say, I got $1? You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that. Like, it's literally that. Like, this dude, Urashiki, was literally holding the fucking chakra fruit. Like, literally holding the fucking, the chakra of Mitsuki on his fishing pole. Like, I got your Sage Mode. Yeah, you gotta be quicker than that. You gotta jump to reach that. I was like, bro, no. Like, you guys have ever seen that Geico commercial? Was that a State Farm commercial? It was that shit. Like, it was one of those commercials with his insurance, and they're like saving money, and then the guy holds a fucking dollar on the fishing rod. But literally, that's what they're doing to us in terms of Mitsuki. They're taunting us. They're literally teasing us. They're putting us in situations where we want this character to go and excel and do well, but they are not giving it to us. They are being so harsh with it. Like, they're taunting and teasing, and I'm honestly getting so upset. It's very nerve-wracking. It's almost one of those things where I'm just like, yo, can I please just get to see him fight in Sage Mode for at least 2 episodes? Just, like, y'all gotta do something phenomenal to make up for this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they seal Kaguya. Yeah, of course Kaguya seal. Jougan and Kawaki kill Urashiki together, just like how Naruto and Sasuke killed Kaguya. That's why they both got seals. Nope, that's not how Naruto got his seal, and that's not how Sasuke got his seal. And Jougan and Kawaki can't kill Urashiki because I don't think that's gonna happen. Because it just doesn't seem right. And then you're talking about Kaguya is dead. Kaguya is not dead. Kaguya is still alive. She's sealed. And the fact of the matter is, they didn't get their seals from her, from killing her. They got their seals from the Sage of Six Paths. You know, Kawaki has a seal that's passed on to the person after, like, you know, they defeat Otsutsuki. The same thing with Boruto, and the same thing with Jougan. There's completely different seals from the ones Naruto and Sasuke had. Naruto and Sasuke had the sun and the moon seals, which were the seals that were given. You say Urashiki used Izanagi. I don't think he used Izanagi. I think he absorbed the chakra with his Rinnegan, because the Rinnegan has the ability to absorb chakra. I think he absorbed the chakra and he just opened the dimension and jumped into a portal. I don't think he used Izanagi, because if that was the case, it would probably been a little bit more critical. I don't think he was in such a dire situation which would have pushed his hand to actually have to press and use a jutsu of that level or that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's called Kansas. I'm not okay if Kawaki kills Naruto. I'm not really sure that he will kill Naruto. Honestly, that's speculation right now. I don't feel as though he will. I think it will be one of those things where we'll see Kawaki and Naruto, obviously duke it out, or maybe he get put under like some type of spell or some type of genjutsu or some shit like that, and then Naruto has to sit that one out. Maybe Naruto gets like restrained or some shit like that. Maybe they find some way to restrain the tail beast or some shit like that and suppress Naruto. I feel like that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be one of those things where Naruto actually like dies, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because Naruto is the series. Like, if you kill Naruto, I think you're gonna kill the franchise. I mean, how else can you progress from that? Taking Naruto, which is the person who built it. Like, when you watch Dragon Ball Super, right? You watch Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball built the foundation for Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z built the foundation for Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Dragon Ball Z Kai built the foundation for Battle of the Gods. Battle of the Gods built the foundation for Dragon Ball Super. When you watch Naruto, and then you watch Naruto Shippuden, then you watch Boruto, Naruto Next Generation, there's a common denominator in here that lets you guys know that this franchise was actually created for Naruto. Like, Naruto was the only one out of the big three in terms of Dragon Ball Super, Naruto, and One Piece to have the show actually named after him. Like, the show is named after Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z is called Dragon Ball Z. So that means anybody can be the leader of the series in terms of Dragon Ball Z. That's why they can make Dragon Ball Heroes and they can have all those spin-offs, because it's called Dragon Ball Heroes or Dragon Ball Z. The Z Fighters. It isn't called Goku Z or like Goku Super Goku or Goku Super. You know what I'm saying? It isn't called Luffy Piece or like Grand Luffy or some shit. It's called One Piece. So it can take these routes where it can go and make these other characters the main character versus having Naruto as the poster child of Naruto, then Naruto as the poster child of Naruto Shippuden, and then Boruto, Naruto Next Generation. So Boruto and Naruto are the two common denominators right there. I don't know how I feel about like that, but you say lower the music. You seem to be the only person who having issues with the music, and nobody else has complained. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Boruto should go out the village and train with Sasuke. I mean, depends on the situation. I think if maybe the Kara want to look in for Boruto after finding out that he has a karma seal and they go after him, I completely understand that. I can see that actually being a thing. But like for him just being straight up out there training and using his power, I don't think he should just leave right away. I think it should be one of those things where after like something happens and he's forced to leave the village, kind of like how Naruto was forced to leave the village due to the fact that the Akatsuki were after him. That's how he ended up training. If that happens, then I can understand it. But just to see Boruto leave the village with Sasuke just to leave it, it'll be weird, especially during a time of peace, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You said play some Meek, it ain't happening. Do you think Boruto should learn a teleportation technique? I'm pretty sure Boruto will learn something along those lines. Maybe it'll be something more along the Jougan aspect, because Boruto already has the ability to open up portals. He has the ability to open up dimensions with the Jougan. We've seen him use it. Obviously we talked about the Jougan and how his abilities are kind of like a barcode scanner, and it was scanning the Gaizo Tenzo, the Genzo Tendo, or however fuck you say that shit, from the new way. It scanned that and it was able to open up a portal to the next dimension. I do believe Boruto will be able to open up another dimension in order to go into the world of the motherfucking the Otsutsuki. And I think it's crazy. We have Sasuke who knows almost everything about Boruto, right? He knows everything about Boruto still in the anime. I mean, in the manga. In the manga, you see Sasuke studying Boruto. He's training Boruto. He's working with Boruto. He's talking to Boruto about his power. He's talking about his ability. But it's like completely crazy because Sasuke knows nothing about Boruto's Jougan. He knows nothing about Boruto's KK Genkai. And this whole entire time, he could have probably been helping Boruto harness that ability. But Boruto never once opened his mouth. Boruto kept this the biggest fucking secret in shinobi history. Like, how do you keep a whole dojutsu hidden for like 7 to 8 months? Because like you gotta think about it. The time span that takes place from the fucking tuning exams to when Kawaki and Boruto fight, or that's 4 years. That's a 4-year span. So Boruto doesn't learn anything about his seal until like up until 6 or 7, 8 months after the events of the tuning exams, because Boruto went ahead and trained, and he worked and did some shit with the little boy doing the bodyguard service with the Mugen Ninja when he found out about the car the first time. But he has done all these different shits, and like nobody has seen the fucking Jougan pop up, and nobody has said anything. I got this shirt for Christmas from my girlfriend's family. My girlfriend's parents actually bought this for me for Christmas. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, Boruto, when are we gonna see the Jougan activate again? Like, when are we gonna see the abilities of it? It might come up in the coming days, in terms of the anime. Well, not the coming days, probably give it 3 months, 3 or 4 months. I do feel like it's gonna activate again, because I can't understand them building hype around something and then, you know, completely cutting it off. Because like, we seen the Jougan activate in the first arc with the New Way, then we seen it with the 7 Daily Mist Ninja, and then we seen it with like a whole bunch of other shit, right? In terms of, you know, like we seen it with a whole bunch of shit in terms of like other shinobis. Like we seen I lost my train of thought. I read something. Oh Lord. So we seen the Jougan in terms of like, you know, him fighting against 7 Mist Ninja. We seen him with Ryogi. We seen him with the New Way arc. But like, we haven't seen it ever since. Like, we haven't seen it pop up. Like, it just disappeared. Like, what the fuck? Where did it go? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people asking, do you think Boruto is gonna go rogue? But if Boruto goes rogue, he just kind of goes rogue. I mean, it's one of those things where you can't really predict it. Like, it got to kind of happen. But we do see a trend with Boruto's personality. Boruto do give me a resemblance of Sasuke as well as Naruto, but he seems a little bit more on the Sasuke side. So if he does go rogue, you know, it's probably going to be due to something that happens with him and his dad, or some type of issue, you know what I'm saying, regarding Kawaki and Nakara. Maybe he does reach out to Nakara, but like right now, they're trolling us with the Jougan just like they're trolling us with the Sage Mode. You are absolutely 100% correct, Black Bullet 77. And by the way, that was a great anime. Who would win in a fight without a tool? Boruto versus Sarada. Currently, Boruto versus Sarada. Sarada probably would be able to handle Boruto unless Boruto was able to make a strategic play, because as you guys seen, Sarada has an extreme jutsu over Boruto, and that's the fire style, and she has massive amounts of chakra coming out. She talks about how the only reason she doesn't use it as much is because she can only use it to a person who runs at them dead on, and that's something that we see Boruto do. Boruto is very headstrong, and when he gets into situations, Boruto don't make a strategic play a lot of the time. Usually he runs into that brick wall before he thinks about doing a strategic play. Like, if you guys remember when he fought a Wabi, he initially just charged a Wabi, you know, and then when he saw he was no match for a Wabi, that's when he started thinking to use his wit. If she was just to like bust out a fire style while he was charging at her, you know, he'd probably be fucked. I'm just be honest. You know, so I don't know. It's really interesting. Will Boruto vanishing Rasengan broken? Wait, will Boruto vanishing Rasengan broken? What does that mean? And you spell Rasengan, you spell Rasengan. But his Rasengan is pretty good to a certain degree. But I feel as though unless he learns how to harness it completely and like be able to control like its natures to the maximum of his abilities and activate a lot of different things, it won't really be as useful as like a lot of ninjutsu that we've seen used. Because like, you know, Boruto doesn't exercise his Rasengan properly. Like, we see Naruto like use that shit with all types of combinations. You know what I'm saying? When we see Boruto use it, Boruto usually uses it as a finisher versus, you know, we see fucking after usually we see him like, you know, use that as a finisher versus Naruto busts out the Rasengan any fucking time, you know. Like, literally when he's fighting against Toneri, he was using Rasengans as shields to basically block the motherfucking truth-seeking orbs from hitting his body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mitsuki is not dead. I think Mitsuki is passed out due to the fact that he has exhaustion from getting his chakra exerted from his body. I think what we seen from Urashiki is one of his abilities, which allows him to expel the chakra from the person that is is attacking him his body and make them weaker, or like absorb it in a sense, instead of like, you know, him actually absorbing it with his hand. He can go fishing for it and then probably take it back later and store it up. And I think that's probably what he's been doing. I think that's why he went after Gaara, which is the Kazekage, because he took some chakra from Gaara. We wasn't sure if it was the chakra fruit regarding Shukaku or if it was just chakra in general, but we also seen him pull up on Mitsuki, which took out the Sage Mode, which pulled out some chakra that kind of looked like a soul. Like if you guys ever watch Soul Eater, you guys know that like chakra that he took from Mitsuki looked exactly like that, you know. So, you know, maybe he's storing chakra from Momoshiki. Maybe that's what he's been doing. Maybe he's been going around harvesting chakra and fishing for chakra from like the strongest ninjas known throughout the shinobi world, and that's what he's been doing. And maybe he's gonna go back to Momoshiki and then get to him and give him that power, because we also see him talk about, yeah, my superiors are ready. My superiors are ready for us to go. You know, my time is up. You know, I'll play with you guys some more later. And we see him dip. You know, that's when he leaves Gaara and Chojuro to their own. You know what I'm saying? Now, clearly, they thought they had him apprehended and captured, but like he was like, nah, that shit not about to go down. I'm getting the fuck, boy. I got the ability to dip, nigga. What's good? What do you think about the Jougan not appearing in the manga? Right now, the Jougan feels as though it's not canon. Like, it is canon, but it doesn't feel canon. Like, the Jougan does pop up in the manga, the first chapter when Boruto is fighting against Kawaki, but that's it. That's the only time we see it. Like, yeah, like it was so bad that everybody thought it was the Byakugan. But after that, you know, we don't see that. So do you think that he took it away? No, I don't think he took it away. I think Urashiki has the ability to expel chakra from the person's body, and that way they can't usually use most of their techniques, because when he's seen expelling the chakra from people's body, we see him do that to Gaara. And when he did do that to Gaara, you know, he created an issue for Gaara and made it really hard for Gaara to, you know, fight back against him. Gaara wasn't able to, like, you know, fight him to the best of his abilities or apprehend him the way he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things where I was just like, oh well, fuck, you know, I guess that's the power, that's his trait. Like, he's using that shit to like stop people, you know what I'm saying, from like fighting full force or something like that. Because right now, I don't think that it'll be one of those things where, you know, you see him being able to just completely take something from people. You say, how long do you think Boruto series will last? A couple of years. Honestly, I don't believe Boruto series will last anywhere as near longly as Naruto did. Naruto lasted a span of 15 years. We have a total of 500 episodes. We have movies, we have light novels, we have shinins, we have hidans, we got manga adaptations. We got so much shit regarding Naruto. Unless they keep going and keep writing a story and making the story extensive and then start writing new legacies in, that's the only way. But like, in terms of everything that's going to happen in terms of Boruto, I feel as though maybe 2 years at the max. Maybe I'm being drastic. Let's say the events of Boruto, 2.5 years, 5 years minimum. I mean, 5 years maximum. Like, 5 years is actually me being grateful to this franchise. And then, you know, two years minimum, maybe a year and a half minimum, maybe like left. Like, I'm not talking about what we already have, you know, I'm talking about what else to put into that, what we already have, because obviously Boruto's been around for a year. I think Boruto may last like another year or two. I don't think Boruto is really going to be a song that's going to a series that's gonna be elongated, unless like they start to see their viewership start to drop on Tokyo TV, and then they start to expand on it, you know, because like there's a lot of things in Boruto that's already been answered, and there's a lot of things that, like, you know, it feels like it's being forced. It's like you're gonna start to see, Shino, if I make art, where can I send it? Twitter at Shino Bentro. But like, you know, you think it's gonna be forced, but like you also think, like, you know, they gotta try to make it right, you know, because if they don't make it right, it ain't gonna come out the way you want it to be. And like, you know, if they just kind of throw it together, it's gonna push us away from watching it anyway. And like, if they do go into the direction that I was talking about in terms of like TV Tokyo losing viewership, the only way they'll keep it going is if they're money whoring it, and there's gonna become a lot of filler, which is something that we seen happen with Naruto. Naruto got milked. Naruto got drained so bad. A lot of people like to say that Boruto is also like them milking the franchise, but Boruto is actually not them milking the franchise. Boruto is adaptations from like light novels, and then mixtures of like Kodaichi adding stuff in, plus Kishimoto's old writing that he never like completely finished. Like, if you know stuff about Gaara's light novel and shit like that, that a lot of the things that happen in Gaara's light novel that haven't got translated are happening in the anime. You know, the Shinki shit, like the adopted son of the Kazekage, is something that's in Gaara's hiding. Gaara's light novel. You know, I have all the light novels that ever came out except for the ones that haven't been translated. But you know, literally, that's probably one of the things that we're gonna start to see them doing. We're gonna start to see them playing a lot of light novel information, unless you know they start to just write something completely new. But Boruto Shippuden is coming probably in another year. Naruto drag especially with filler. Yes, they definitely drag Naruto. They drag Naruto for sales, bro. Like it's watch time, dog. They was getting that viewership. They was getting that longevity. So they thought to themselves, hey, why not? You know, just push this as long as I can go. Let's see how far I can take this. Can I drive this into the ground? And that's essentially what we seen them do. You know, we seen them go from, you know, being a regular shit to like some other shit. What about the battle for Earth? I do believe there will be a battle for Earth, but more so the Divine Tree. I don't think it'll be anything else. I think it'll be like more so like they'll be fighting for the Divine Tree, which is the chakra fruit that Naruto has, because Naruto has the ability to plant another Divine Tree to recreate more tail beasts, which is very scary because, you know, that's what the Divine Tree is. The Divine Tree was split into Chakra, which became the tail beast, and if Naruto has the seed that can replant the Divine Tree, which Momoshiki said he was gonna plant it and then harvest his fruits, that means Naruto can potentially plant, you know, Kurama and then recreate the Chakra tree, and then Sasuke can break down that tree, creating a whole new group of tail beasts. That'll be actually wild. That'll make it for a very interesting series if there was ever to do a Boruto spin-off series in like in another world or like a Naruto universe. You're mad that how they stole Mitsuki's moment? Yes, they stole it. They robbed him. They took his pleasure and they took his happiness, bro. They took his favorite toy and they stepped on that bitch and just was like, bitch. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan? What will it look like? I'm not sure, but we did get something in terms of like the Sarada and Sasuke light novel. We did get a little information about that, which is spoilers, but she is supposed to be getting 3 Tomoe coming up. You know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But the Dragon King, will it be dope? I have no idea. We haven't had too much foreshadowing. We got a bit about like these like Otsutsuki ruins and shit like that. We see all these like fucking statues and shit in the realm of the Otsutsuki in Kaguya's world. So like, is that like Kaguya or is that Kaguya's husband? You know, because Kaguya was forsaken due to the fact that she was like marrying a human. The fact that Kaguya married a human pushed her to like not want to be to not want the other branch to fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, goddamn. Imagine Dragon Sage mode. I mean, it could be fucking litty, dog. It's definitely gonna be one of those crazy ass shits. Lee 8 Gauge will beat Momoshiki easily. He's using ninjutsu, just raw taijutsu. Momoshiki would get ass beat. I don't want to say that other part. He guard his ass, dog. Literally, bro. My dude came out there and was like, "Bring your ass here, boy." That's literally how he did it. The Dragon King is her father. Well, obviously, she was forsaken for marrying outside of the clan. So was she already priorly engaged to marrying somebody in the Otsutsuki clan? Because in the beginning of Boruto, we see Urashiki talk about how she married a human, and then they even talk about it with Momoshiki. Momoshiki talks about how she married a human, and that's the reason why she got forsaken from the other Otsutsuki clan members, and that's probably the reason why Hagoromo, which is, you know, a Otsutsuki member, that's probably why he's half human. He speaks about that as well, and that's probably the main reason he's able to use Sage mode and actually tap into that ability, because he's not completely Otsutsuki. You know, he has human characteristics, and it seems that humans can bring in that nature energy, that nature transformation, you know, that which allows them to activate Sage mode. You want Boruto to have lightning style that's better than Kakashi or Sasuke, water style better than Tobirama, better wind style than Naruto and Danzo, that would be absolutely phenomenal. But I will spoil you right quick. Boruto learns a technique called the Thunderclap Arrow, which is a variant to Sasuke's Indra's Arrow, where he takes it and he actually conforms it to his own ability. And it's also a little bit like Kidding, but he morphs it into like something he can use like more so hands-on. So I'm gonna stop spoiling you guys now, but that is something we will see from Boruto in the future. We will get a Thunderclap Arrow. Yes, he is going to learn a Thunderclap Arrow. I don't know what the English translation will be in the series, because you guys know they like to call them different names when they come out. Obviously Boruto stream was like a different thing, obviously, from like what we knew about it already, but like he learns a Thunderclap Arrow. So there you go. Yeah, the Boruto manga is hot right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Boruto knew that since like dog. People talking about Boruto manga is hot right now. Boruto manga been hot since like chapter 15, chapter 16. That's when he did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're on chapter 24, about to be chapter 25 of the manga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to rate Tobirama and Minato right now, because this is not what we're talking about. We're kind of reviewing episode 62, and I feel like there's too many videos about Tobirama and Minato already. So at this point, it's like, it doesn't really matter. And I'm not really concerned with them, more so concerned with the next generation. Isn't it rare to have more than one style as a Jonin? But this boy knows 3. He's 12. What the fuck? So having 2 nature types isn't rare for a Jonin. That's actually normal for a Jonin, but it's rare for a person to be born with 2 affinities. Now, to have 2 of them, which will make you a Jonin level ninja, because like having 2 is like, that's a good thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like most Jonin have two nature types. Like wood style is water and earth. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know, having just one. You know, like most of the Jonin that we've seen have 2 styles, like have 2 nature types, you know. Naruto was the only person we really didn't see have a whole bunch of nature transformations until he was actually able to perfect Sage Mode, which allowed him to, you know, obviously add the different variants of Rasengan's, and that's when we saw Naruto get all affinities. But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. Gar is the GOAT. You like your channel? I like you too. Appreciate you for coming through. Boruto knows 3 styles. That doesn't mean he has multiple natures. Chakra nature, dog. What? Lightning nature. Water nature. Wind nature. Release. It's the same thing. What? 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 Mitsuki low-key looked like an Otsutsuki. Maybe his daddy/mama Orochimaru found some genes. He did say he had a very unique chakra, which is why he yanked his ass. Do you mean chakra affinities? I said chakra affinities, dog. I literally said chakra nature, affinity, it's all the same thing. Yeah, chakra natures are literally fire, earth, wind, lightning. Affinity is the same thing. And release is the same thing. He knows the styles is what I'm saying. I mean, his natural affinity isn't all 3. No, his natural affinity isn't all 3. But I think his natural affinity would probably be wind. Which is why he subconsciously was able to add it to the Rasengan. But like, I'm not sure, because when he first got seen, we saw him bust out the lightning style, but then we also see him use wind style, but then we also see him use water style. They never specified which was the one he had first, which was shown first. They only show us the ones he had, you know. They didn't never make like one thing where we can figure out like, did he have multiple or which one he was born with, you know what I'm saying? There was never a moment where it's like, oh yeah, he was known for, or he was born with blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, it's more so him just having a whole bunch of them shits already. But yeah, any more questions in terms of that? Wind and lightning? Well, yeah, I mean, we did see those first, but it's like, that doesn't let us know which one is his, like, the one he's born with, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we seen Naruto take that paper and he put his chakra into it, that's when we learned his native affinity. You know what I'm saying? We won't know what Boruto's native affinity is until he does like the paper test to learn what's the chakra he has the most knack for. Do you think Jougan will kill the Otsutsuki King? I feel as though he's going to try to claim the Otsutsuki King, and the Otsutsuki King is going to fuck him up, or maybe absorb him, or maybe even take control of him, and then obviously Naruto going to have to fight them, or he's going to anger the king, which pushes the king to want to destroy the humans even more than what they already want to do. But like, if that's the case, you know, we don't know how it's going to play out, and we don't know what's his true objectives, you know what I mean? Why doesn't Naruto use other types of wind style techniques? I mean, the Rinnegan is supposed to be like the best wind style technique. It's supposed to be the rawest one. Why was Urashiki afraid of Mitsuki Sage Mode? Because Sage Mode has the ability to beat Otsutsuki members. Like, natural chakra is stronger than like the Otsutsuki chakra that they have, and they don't know how to use Sage chakra because they never knew how to learn it. Someone actually has a pillow has a Himawari pillow with a bikini on it. Yeah, they need to be crucified. Will Boruto fight like a Hyuga? He already does. If you guys look at the series, Boruto incorporates, which seems to be like a gentle fist style of fighting, into his fighting format, as well as, you know, having his regular style of fighting in it as well. You know, we've seen that from Boruto time and time again. You know what I mean? How can you watch a new episode? You can go to crunchyroll.com and then look up the Boruto category, or you can Google it. I mean, obviously, I don't want to support piracy, because if you don't watch the series, or the series don't get a certain amount of views, it really don't get enough praise, and people don't watch, or it doesn't really get enough love. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is where I'm gonna wrap up this live review of Boruto episode 62. Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm probably gonna stream some Naruto Storm 4 online battles tomorrow, you know, and then probably stream on Twitch a little bit later. But right now, I'm gonna end the stream because this was like a review video. You know, this was something I wanted just to talk to you guys lively about. I didn't really want to have to make like a fourth video, because I've already made 3 videos today, and I didn't want to make another video of me reviewing versus I can do it live talking to you guys. I'm 6'3", but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this brief like Naruto stream. We'll talk about more stuff in terms of Boruto in the future. Might make a video, might make a live stream about various topics, depending on how, you know, well you guys enjoy this. And with that being said, stay true and stay real. Have a blessed day. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys for coming out.